There is a place whereby you cannot adapt anymore. You can't adapt to starvation, you can't adapt to the loss of your histories, you can't adapt to sinking islands, and this is where loss and damage comes in, where adaptation cannot do anything. But then there is a need to put loss and damage on the agenda. There is a need to put in place a loss and damage facility for the countries that are already experiencing it. We know that, countries like Mozambique, for example, Mozambique had to get a loan in order to address the impacts that were caused by the cyclone. A country that didn't cause the climate crisis, that is not responsible, for the climate crisis, has to take a loan. And also, in regards to that, many other countries that are suffering impacts right now have had to divert their finances, for example, for public health, from public health in order to address the climate impacts. And this is really affecting many of these countries. So it's important to put in place a loss and damage facility.
I very much agree with you, Vanessa, and I honestly think we're not going to get serious about this until we recognize the injustice. That is at the heart of it. Pakistan at the moment is suffering terrible flooding. It too is not a major emitter, but it's very vulnerable to climate. Small island states can be devastated by a cyclone, never mind the sea level rising. When a whole island is devastated, and as you say, is heavily indebted probably anyway, and then has to go into further debt, and has not been responsible, I think we really have to get serious about understanding that development terms have to be used to make sure that we address what are clear injustices. This is human-induced. It's man-made. There is a responsibility, and that responsibility is not shared equally. We used to talk much more about common but differentiated responsibility. As the climate shocks get even more severe, I think we have to go back to understanding that we really do need more proactive loss and damage, a real finance facility, because that's where we are.
Yeah, and just to really add on that, we need that facility to have money, which is in form of grants and not loans. Like you've said, many of these countries are already, having so much debt, and giving loss and damage, funds in form of loans can only add debt on already existing debt.